Welcome back. Today we are going to see how to set up materials in Revit. It's a full course from editing existing materials to creating new ones. We'll also see 5 great sites that provide free materials and textures, so watch it till the end. If you want, you can use the timestamps on the description to jump between sections inside the tutorial. I'm a Bigginers, an architect, interior designer, and 3D artist. So let's get started. But before that, I really encourage you to like this video since it motivates me to make more videos like this. So we will open Revit. Okay, so let's create a new Revit model. Click Metric Multidiscipline. You can use Imperial if you want. When we open Revit 2024, it will almost be like this. And if you are trying to create a model or a wall, it will crop it toward that section box. So we have to get rid of that section box. So in order to do that, we'll go to a properties panel. As you can see, we can't edit the crop view. So you have to edit the scope box. So on the scope box, we will edit toward none. Now we can edit them and we can get rid of those crop boxes. Now we can hide these scope elements and the scale one. We can delete the reference lines into the sections since they are not really important. Okay, so let's delete this wall also. Now we have an empty space to start modeling. But before that, the first thing we have to do on creating a model is changing the units. So we'll change it to 1 centimeters. That's what I prefer to do. You can use any of those available. Okay, now we have changed our units. Let's draw some walls. Like this. Okay. I think this is a bit large, so let's downgrade it to 10 meters. So we'll click 1000 centimeter by 1000 centimeter, which is 10 meter by 10 meter. So let's view it in 3D. There it is. Now we hide these elements, those scope boxes, and we'll also hide those levels. We don't actually need them on 3D. Let's change to realistic, and I think it's a bit larger, so we'll decrease the height of the wall like 300 centimeter or 3 meters. Okay, now it's good. So let's test creating and editing materials. There are 2 ways you can change the materials. The first one is changing the materials for all the object category on the model. And the second one is changing the material of that specific item you select. We'll see both of them. So you click the category you want to change its material. You go to a properties panel and click on edit type. In the edit type, you click on structure. On the structure, you click edit. There are different columns and different sections. We will change its material. So on the material section, it says by category. So we search something like plaster. There are different plasters. Let's see. Let's use this texture, render stone texture. Lighten it a little bit. Yeah, just like that. You can also add something on it. Okay, this is good. You can see that the material of our walls, all of them, all the walls are changed. So if you can zoom into it, you can clearly see the texture on it. So let's undo this and let's change a specific one wall. Let's go to properties panel and edit type. And the first thing which you have to do is duplicating that type, that family type, in order not to change all of the family's material. Let's change it into something like marble. So let's rename it like that. When we duplicate it, only the selected item will be changed. So let's search for some marble. Okay, there it is. And if you are seeing something like this, you can click on that upper arrow button and you can bring this section where you can get additional materials. So let's give it something. like light gray tint. I think the material is too small for the wall, but you can see the texture is great, so let's somehow edit it. So let's edit this material. We'll open the material we have just deleted. So when we open the image, there are some additional settings to edit. So we'll come to the scale part and we will change something like 1200 centimeter by 1200 centimeter. We'll see what it looks like. But I think it's still a little bit large, so let's edit it again. Okay, let's come back to that and open the image. So we'll roughly change this to 700 by 700. So this is just a simple demonstration. You can edit it along your specific scale. This looks good, so let's just leave it like that and move along. So the second thing we are going to do is we are going to place floor. So let's draw a square for the floor. This is the floor, let's see it on the 3D. Okay, now let's change the material of the floor. So we'll go to properties and edit type, and we'll edit its structure. So we'll search for a material like ceramic. Okay, let's see what we got here. There are a bunch of types, so let's pick. I think the ceramic one is good, so let's lighten it a bit. That there is the texture. So we have finished with the floor. So let's move into creating and editing a roof. So we will create a roof by footprint. Okay, but before that, let's change the labels. So we'll go to east elevation. So we are going to edit the scope box toward none, and we will untick both the crop view and the crop region. You can untick it either from the bottom or on the properties panel. So let's hide the scope boxes. And now let's edit the level. So we'll change it to 300 centimeter. And let's also rename it. So we'll rename ground level. And we'll also rename the upper one to roof level. Okay, let's get back to our plan. And let's create the roof. We will place the roof on the roof level. And let's create rectangle, or let's keep in the create with pick line in order to give it an offset for the soffit. So let's give it around 60 centimeter offset. And just like this one is good. So let's see it on the 3D model. This is it. I think the angle is too much, so let's edit that. And let's change those angles toward 15 degrees. All of them. If you are enjoying the content, consider subscribing and be part of the family where you get such kind of easy and valuable tutorials twice a week, and luckily it's free. Now they are good. And let's edit the material of the roof. Go to Properties panel and click on Edit Type. And we also edit the structure, where we can find the thickness, change the thickness toward around 2 centimeters to make it thinner. And also we are going to search for a roofing material. I think this one is good. Let's give it some tint, right? Now this looks good. Okay, so let's leave it like that. So let's come back to the floor plan. Now let's create some components and edit their materials. So let's create a door. We'll place it right here. We'll slide it a little bit, and I think let's change its type to 90 centimeter by 210 centimeter. Okay, I think this is good. So let's click it and go to Edit Type. And this is a family type. So as you can see, this is a bit different from the others. All the material and the finishes are available on the Type Properties panel. Let's search for something like wood. This one seems good. Let's give it some tint, like a brown tint. You can also change other material properties like the frame material, the glazing, the glass top material, the door handle material. You can change them. Let's go to Plan and create some window. Let's place it on the left corner. So is good. Let's see it on the 3D. I think this is a little bit thin, so let's increase its width. So the width is currently 60 centimeter. Let's change it like 150 centimeter. Okay, this is good. Let's slide it a little bit. Yeah, it's good. Now we are going to change the materials. Currently it is wood. So let's change it around like an aluminum. All the material and the finishes are available on the Type Properties. So let's change it into some aluminum. Okay, let's use metal aluminum. So you can copy the material and you can paste it onto the other property. It's the simplest way. Rather than going to the material section and choosing, you can type the material and it will be converted. So that is the aluminum. So we are done with creating a wall, floor, roof, door and window and changing their materials. So let's create another component like a column. Let's choose 30 centimeter by 45 centimeter. That's good. Let's change into a height and connect it to the roof level. Let's place them around the 4 corners. Let's slide the window a little bit and also the door. So let's see it in 3D. Since it is on the interior side, you can't really see it. So let's hide some wall element. Let's hide it. Now we can see, oh, it's like a concrete texture. So let's change this material. You can directly change this material from the properties panel on the material and finish section. For the materials, I think this one, concrete masonry unit, is good. So let's use that. Since this is a demonstration, you can change it according to your desire or your models. So let's copy this material and let's paste it right here. And let me tell you another tip. If you want to work on simply on one category, just select one element from that category, and on the bottom bar there is a temporary hide isolate button. So if you click it and select isolate category, it will isolate only that category, and you can easily work on that category. So let's select all of our current category and let's paste the material we have just copied. They all have been changed. So let's reset temporary hide. And let's also unhide the wall element. So let's click it. You can unhide it either on the top bar or right clicking it and selecting unhide element. So let's create another component and change their materials. So we will create a ceiling. So in order to create a ceiling, you just have to click upon the room. There is a red highlight when you click it. So there it is, you have created a ceiling. Let's view it on 3D. So let's hide this roof in order to see the ceiling. There it is, there is the ceiling. And also you can view it from the interior by creating a camera on the plan. So let's create a camera. Let's create something like this one. So let's change it into a realistic. As you can see, there is the ceiling with acoustic ceiling material. Okay, so let's edit its material. Let's change it into something like fighter. So let's edit type, structure, and change the finish material. Something like a gypsum board. And also let's change the structure into something like white structure in order to show you the material change. Okay, so as you can see, the material of the ceiling also have been changed. So let's just unhide the roof. So let's continue creating some components. Let's get into the circulation sections and let's create railing. Okay, let's create something like this one. A shear base single stroke. Now it's being created. So let's change its type into a glass panel, just for demonstration. Now let's change its material type. So let's edit it. Let's edit the rail structure. And let's edit this material. Let's change it to something like steel. Okay, let's copy that material. Let's paste it right here. Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V. Now it's been changed. Okay, so let's edit the floor in order to fill in the space of the railing. So let's move it like this. And let's align it toward the exterior wall. Let's use align, L is the shortcut. let's change it to monolithic stair, since it's the most convenient one. And if we scroll down onto the dimension section, we see the desired number of risers. The desired number of risers determine the actual riser height, so we change it into 20 to make the riser 15, and we'll also change the thread into 30 centimeter. So let's create the run. Let's change the location line from the center to right, and let's create the runs. We'll create 10 risers on the right and 10 risers on the left. So we have just created 10. Let's move it upper and change its width like 120 centimeter. Now let's create the run. Let's change it from the right to the left. And let's create the remaining 10s. And the landing will be automatically created. So let's slide it a little bit for the railing, and let's also change the dimension of the landing to 120. Now that's good. So we are done. Let's view it on the thread. So let's hide the roof and the ceiling I've just created. As you can see, our stair have been created. Let's change the railing type into a glass panel. Something like this is good. So let's change the material of the stair and add some 3D riser. Let's edit stairs, and we'll select one riser and edit this type. We will take the 3D under the riser, and we will change their materials. So the monolithic material will be something like plaster. Let's search for plaster. This seems good. Let's give it some whiter tint. Okay. Let's also change the 3D material. Let's search for something like granite. Okay, this one's good. Let's give it some darker tint. Let's make it a little more darker. This is good. Let's also change the riser material. So we'll change the 3D thickness to 3 cm and the riser to 2 cm. Now, as you can see, we have created a stair and changed the soffit material, the riser, and the 3D material. So let's unhide the roof and the ceiling element. So we'll roughly select and filter our selection. Check none, and we'll select the ceiling and the roofs only, and we'll unhide those elements. So we are doing this. And let's create a model text. In order to create that, we have to first pick plane for that text. So we'll pick this plane, this wall, and let's type in like material test. As you can see now, I can place it on that wall like this. So let's change its font. You can change its font, you can change its text size. So let's make it like something like Montserrat font. Montserrat black actually. So let's change it into black. Let's leave the text size as it is. It's good. Let's slide it a bit. So let's change its material. You can change its material direct from the property panel. So let's change for something like a blue color. Let's just search for blue. Let's use this one, textile less blue. This is good. Yeah, it's fine. So you can create and change the material of model texts. Let's slide it a bit. So one final thing left onto this component, on the Revit component section, and that's creating a custom models, creating a custom model, or what we call it a model in place, and changing this material. So let's go to component, let's model in place. There are different sections you can use. For this tutorial, I will use generic model. So let's search for that. There it is. So let's click on just generic model. So we'll go to a plan. There are a bunch of things which you can create: extrusion, blend, revolve, sweep blade, and also void forms. I will make another tutorial for this independently. For this one, let's just use extrusion. And let's create some simple profile and duplicate that. Let's create something like this profile. Okay, let's move it a little bit, and let's also fillet that edge. So let's copy. Or let's delete these elements and let's finish this. So we'll create a line, L is the shortcut. We have just created our profile, and let's click OK, and the extrusion is being created. So we'll style this up. Okay, this is great. I think it's a little bit huge, but we'll leave it just like that. So let's change its material. You can change its material directly from the property panel. So let's change its material, something like wood. Okay, let's just use this one, and let's give it some tint to make it a little more darker. Let's finish the model. Let's get back to the plan, and we can use this kind of custom models for facades or interiors. You can also put some lighting onto them. That's how you create the custom models and give them a material. So the next section will be creating and changing the material for Toposolid. And for doing that, we'll go to the site plan. Okay, let's remove that crop region, and let's also hide this scope boxes. I think it's been shifted from the center. Let's move toward the center a little bit. And let's check on the plan. Yeah, it's been centered and also on the 3D. So let's create some Toposolid. So let's create from scratch. You can also import from CAD file or CSV file type. So let's simply create a rectangle. Okay. Yeah, there it is. There is our topography. We lower it down around by 5 centimeters in order not to overlap with the floor I just created. Okay, so let's somehow edit this railing in order to have an opening for the entrance, just for the demonstration. Let's also create another railing toward the side. with create similar. As this shortcut, you can create similar of whatever object you have just selected. So there it is already. I think that is good. So now let's change the material of our Toposolid. Let's select it and edit type and edit the structure. Okay, there it is. So there are 3 layers: the earth, the sand, and the grass. So we will leave the earth and the sand, and we will change the finish from grass to some tile. So let's search for some tile. Okay, I think this one is great, the slate. So we'll use this one. So we will increase the scale from 40 centimeter to around 100 centimeter by 100 centimeter, which is 1 meter by 1 meter. I think it's a little bit smaller, so let's scale it up. This seems good. We'll leave it just like that. You can also create another material onto the Toposolid by 2 meters. The first one is using split method, and the second one is sub-region method. So let's try the first one. We will select split element tool, which is LSL is a shortcut. So we'll draw a rectangle. Okay, just like this. So as you can see, that topography is being split it out, and we can use another material for this one. So let's select it and go to edit type, and we'll duplicate this one into something like water. We'll create some water structure in order not to change the whole topography. So we'll edit the structure of our Toposolid. As you can see, there are 3 layers, so we'll change the sand layer to a concrete layer. That will be beneath the water. And we'll also change the thickness. We'll give it 50 centimeter for the earth and 55 centimeter for the water. And we'll type water for the finished layer. So as you can see, it's been changed into water. So below the water there is a concrete, and above there is a water. So this is one way you can create another section of Toposolid and change its material. The bottom is earth, and on the top there are the concrete and the water. And let's get into the second section. The second section is a subregion. So we'll select our topography, and there is an option called subdivide. So we'll subdivide it. Let's create some rectangles on each side. So we'll use a massy grass area. Now we are done creating the overlay. Let's minimize the height, 10 centimeter, maybe 10 centimeter, yeah, is good. So we'll change its material. We'll type plant. Okay, there it is. We'll give it some green tint. Now we are on a good track. So we have created Toposolid, we have splitted it and give it another material. We also have created a subdivision and changed its material type. So this is great. The next will be creating custom materials. Let's use this wall and let's edit the type. We will duplicate it in order to change the material of the whole walls. So we'll call it something yellow. We'll create some yellowish wall in order to differentiate between the walls. So there are 2 meters for creating custom material. The first option will be searching for a material, duplicating it, and changing its material property. The second one is creating new material. So for this demonstration, we'll use this clad white material. We'll duplicate it with material and assets. Yeah, just like this, and we'll remove the white part and we'll call it yellow. Okay, this is good. So we'll change the material to yellow. Yeah, as you can see, the walls have been changed into yellow. So let's undo this one. And let's create a yellow wall using the second type. So we'll create a new material type, create new material like this one. So we will rename it like yellow. Okay, so we will change the color of it. The color yellow, okay. And okay, and okay. As you can see, you have also created a yellow wall. So using these two ways, you can create custom color walls. But if you can create custom texture walls, you have to download a texture from different texture sources. Luckily, there are different websites on the internet which can provide you with different free textures. So we will see 5 great sites which can download high quality textures for free. So let's get into it. So we'll search for the first one will be Ambient CG. Ambient CG is a great site for downloading textures. It's free. They are free textures. Yeah, just like this. This is the interface. So there are different sections. So let's get into the material section. As you can see, you can search, and there are multiple high quality textures which you can download. For example, let's download this. For example, let's download this brick texture. So we'll download a 4K JPEG file that's around 90 megabytes. So let's download it. You can download up to 8K resolution, either in JPG or PNG formats. It's up to you. Okay, let's open the folder and let's extract it. As you can see, we have texture files and also displacement maps, all of what you need for your material and texturing. It's really great and high quality files you can download here. And let's move to the second site. The second site is called Texture Labs. This is also another great site for downloading high quality textures. So there are different kind of sections. Let's go for some fabric texture. Okay, here there are different kind of high quality fabric textures. Okay, let's download this fabric 183. So we'll download it as 4K quality. It's been downloaded. It downloads 1 peg, high quality 1 peg image. So you can see this very high quality image. Yeah, let's move into the third. The third site will be Polyhaven. Polyhaven is another great website for downloading textures. You can download models, you can download HDR arrays. So let's get into the texture site. So here they are very high quality textures. They come up with a model also, either it is Blender, or it is a 3D Max or FBX. It's come up with a model file. So you can select quality and model type and you can download it. And this texture is 50 megabytes. It's been downloading. And it's really a good site for downloading textures, models, and also HDR arrays if you are into 3D modeling world like in Blender. So let's extract it and see what we got here. As I have told you, there is a model file for this particular example. It's a Blender file. So as you can see, it comes up with an XR file and a texture file. It's really a great site to download textures. So let's move into the fourth site. The fourth site is called Polygon. And this is also another great website for downloading textures. It comes up with some free and some paid textures. So you can search for the free textures and you can download them. So let's download these floor textures. This is high quality terrazzo floor texture. So we'll download it within 4K quality. You can download up to 8K quality. So let's open the folder and extract it. Yeah, there it is. We have our textures. Now let's move to the last but not the least great website that's called Share Textures. There it is. So we search for textures. I will click onto the texture tab, and there are high quality textures around here also. There are different categories. Let's search for some gems, and I think this gold texture is good. So let's click onto it. Let's select the quality into 4K. It will prepare for us, and then we can actually download it now. Now let's download it. Open the folder and let's extract it. As you can see, this also comes up with the texture files and the displacement map files. This is a really great website for downloading textures. So these files are my best size for downloading textures. So now let's get back to our Revit file and let's create custom material in Revit. So we'll select one of the walls and we'll go to edit type. We'll duplicate it and we'll call it custom. Okay, so let's edit the structure. Let's create a new material. There it is, created this new material, and let's rename it. We rename it like custom wall material. So what we are going to do is we are going to select the image section. So we'll go to where we have downloaded our textures. We'll use this texture from the texture labs. Now as you can see, it's changing, but the scale is small, so we'll change that. Let's select it and edit type, edit the structure, and edit the material. So we'll click onto the image, we'll go to the scale, and we'll change it into 3 meter by 3 meter or 300 centimeter by 300 centimeter, since the wall is 3 meter high. So this is it. This is a custom texture we have just downloaded from Texture Labs and they use. It is it for this video. I hope you get something valuable and it will help me a lot if you like, subscribe and hit that bell so you will never miss out new videos. Share your thoughts in the comment section. It can be questions or video suggestions. I would love to hear from you.